Dear Lord, thank you so much for this day. Thank you so much for giving us these council members, and please guide them and give them wisdom as they go about their duties here in the city. Lord, thank you so much for all the city employees as they work hard and tireless for this city. Lord, thank you so much for our fire and our police, that they help and protect our citizens. Lord, it's in your son's name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Ms. Davis, would you please verify the roll?
They're all present.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the previous meetings? Motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the prepared agenda?
Motion.
Second.
And motion second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, next on the agenda is citizens' comments. Comments should be no longer than 3 minutes in length and must pertain to city business. Is there anyone in the audience like to address the council? If not, we will move on to new business. And first, have Mr. Clint Crane with an update from the Water Administration Office.
All right.
Clint, if you don't care, pull, yeah, there you go. Thank you.
We want to hear you, Clint. We want to hear
Yeah.
your voice. Can you hear me? All right. So I guess I've been here about a year and a half. So just kind of this an overview of what I've worked on and implemented since I've started here. Oh, I thought, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, all right, here we go. So first things first, got in here, took a deep dive into the budget, tried to find some areas where we could save, maybe overspending, or some areas where we're not utilizing the best. And so one of the areas obviously was our credit card area. So found an opportunity there. So took about a 6-month look into some different programs out there. For one, the current program we were using with Tyler was not keeping up with their security measures. And they were trying to pawn those off onto our IT department, which we're not equipped for that type of work or time. And so after about 6 months of going back and forth, we settled on a new company, Invoice Cloud, which we'd hoped to implement in by March. Took a little longer than that because we actually took business away from Tyler. They didn't like it. So it's taken a little bit time to get those two to marry together. We went live June 1st. There's been a few hiccups, but for the most part, the adoption's been really, really smooth. Ran numbers today. We've had about 3,600, almost 3,700 people adopt this. The beauty of that also is that, you know, we spend money for paper billing every month. So with this company, their specialty is paperless billing adoption. So hopefully the goal is within 2 years to have 75 to 80% of our customers on paperless billing, which will also help expenditures as well. It's across the board. And so also a big focus on customer care. We've outside the Jennifer meet, we have all new staff. Was very, very particular on who we hired and who we brought in. Customer service has got to be king, and so that's been our focus. On top of that, also, I brought in a lady who's amazing, who's bilingual, and so she's been able to bring a service to our community that was in great need, because you could see it was very defeating for our transient customers who come in here. There was no way to communicate with them. We're going back and forth with phones, and so Carmen's been amazing and a very much needed service for the water department. Also, we have an aging system. The last meters were resetting 18 years ago. It's a dying system. It's dying faster than we can fix it. So we've been in the process for almost a year now of working with different meter companies, and honestly, it's like trying to find a needle in a stack of needles. So we hired a third-party consultant who all they do is work with municipalities to help us with our specific needs, to where we're not, getting something that we don't need that's cost more extra money, but it's specifically tailored to us. And he doesn't have a dog in the fight. He just helps us. So we started with 9 companies responded to the RFP that we sent out. Out of those 9, we settled on 3 in the short list. Now we're down to 2. And so we've had meetings on and off with them, and we've let them know we're not in a hurry. in the sense of we're not going to have a knee-jerk reaction. So sometime probably around November, December, probably have some numbers for you and names of who we're looking at. We're going to go do some site visits and meet with some other towns that are using these meters, get some ideas, deal with them on their billing, every aspect of it. We want to know it inside and out before we pull a trigger on something like that. It's a big project. Also, I have those numbers for you as we work towards the budget of 27. With that, also, it's going to, it's expensive. Every time we roll a truck. And so my guys will no longer be in the field repairing, moving, turning on and off. We're going to have some automation involved here. We'll be getting reads with the punch of a button instead of rolling trucks and spending 2 and 3 days and then getting rereads. So billing is going to be streamlined. It's going to be faster, more efficient with the new meter system. That being said, my goal is to utilize my guys in the field as well in other avenues. So right now we have meters in the ground that haven't seen a human being since the day they were installed 18 years ago. So there'll be a auditing system set up annually. So my guys will be in the field, we'll grid off the town. They'll have so many meters per day, per week that they have to see, touch, feel, and see. So every year, every meter will have a human being looking at it, cleaning it off, covering it up. So they're no longer buried and we lose them over time. So with that implementation, we'll be able to audit our system. While they're also auditing our system, I'm looking at different versions of AI leak detection. So we'll bring us up into the new world. We'll have it's acoustic leak detection that will be set up as our guys are working in the certain particular areas. They'll set these monitors up, and as they're going through, it'll read for 48 to 72 hours. We'll take that data, and it's this proactive leak detection stuff that we may not ever see, may not be surfacing anywhere, to try to get our non-revenue water loss down as well. So those are just some things that we're working towards that will come to fruition as we do our new meter set in 2027. And so, but just what I've been working on lately. Any questions?
Impressive.
Okay. It's a great report. A lot of positive things there. Regarding the credit card changes that you made, do we pass through our fees? In the
Yes,
form
so
of
that was
convenience
the
fee?
biggest expenditure, was the fact that the city was absorbing all those fees and had been for years. So now the fee is passed on to the bill, to the customer through the bill. If it's in-house, it's 3.5%, which I'm in the process of going to go with the company that we're doing online with, which is 2.6%. We're going to try to adopt them into our in-house as well and get that all under the same umbrella, and be the same with our kiosk. That's another thing we're looking in the budget for 27 is our kiosk is so old. It's always breaking down, and we're just putting money into an antiquated system. And so same company, we can get a really nice, beautiful touchscreen that's user-friendly, and the same thing. It'll all be under one umbrella instead of right now broken up into 3. So, yeah.
Hey, Clint, I'm a big fan, and you've done a great job. Your staff's doing a great job. A lot of times, they're the first point of contact that somebody coming into the community has with the city of Batesville. So I think it's real important that we make a good positive foot.
For sure.
We might even think about like a handout or something that shows, community center rates and area events and things like that.
Sure.
To make them feel welcome.
Yeah, we
as
try
well.
to. We have a list of stuff out there. We have like register to vote, some of the things like that. So I think it's a great idea. Do something like that in our packet.
Do you have any idea where we are with Cushman monthly?
Yeah, we keep up with that monthly. I send that to Tim, Damon. Mayor, are you in on that email?
I'm not sure if I'm on
Okay,
that one.
I don't think
I
you are.
probably need to be
And then
added
I
to
send
that.
it to, we have a couple of the water board members for Cushman that we send that to. But yeah, we keep up with that every month.
Clint, a lot of, let me say a proper word, my son's always messing with me, Hispanics or what, they don't know when to take the garbage can in and out, this and that, because instructions they get are in English. Do you have some I had some printed up in
I'm pretty sure we have that.
I had some printed up in Spanish. I put them all the garbage cans on Bates Street, and they're all taking them back now. It tells them 24 hours before and 24 hours
We have
after.
most of our stuff's is
Is
in
it?
English and
Okay.
Spanish, but I can double check that.
Yeah, I'm talking about when they come and get the water hookup, that they know when they can put the garbage
I
out.
can check. I thought we have that, but I'll double check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions for Clint? Clint, appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, Mr. David Justice with an update for the water construction.
Good evening. Just kind of a quick rundown basically of what our department does. First off is we are responsible for construction, maintenance, repair, and the emergency response for the city's water distribution and the wastewater collection systems. And in addition to maintaining Batesville's infrastructure, we, of course, also recently assumed responsibility for Bethesda and continue to do maintenance for Pfeiffer water system. Department has 16 full-time employees. We keep one employee on a weekly on-call rotation, and then if they need extra assistance, they'll call in other employees on nights or weekends. So far this year, we have repaired 39 water main leaks that required excavation, along with numerous additional small leaks in meter boxes and service lines that didn't require excavation. We've installed 61 new water services for residential and commercial growth in the city. This summer, we've focused on repairing fire hydrants, worked closely with the fire department on hydrant placement, trying to help with ISO ratings. Preventive maintenance is one of our top priorities, and one of our largest projects this year is the rehab of our sanitary sewer system. And we partnered with In Situ Forum for a pretty large project of doing a cured-in-place pipelining of approximately 10,000 feet of sewer main, replacing 75 manholes and rehabbing and coating an additional 125 manholes, and then several hundred feet of sewer main that was not a candidate for CIPP is getting open cut replacement. Just trying to maintain the system for as long as we can. Of course, we always work with developers, engineers, and contractors on any new commercial residential projects, assist with utility planning, their service installations, and we do inspections on private fire lines just to make sure all the buildings are getting the proper fire protection that they need. We continue to work alongside the water treatment plant for the assist them with the construction of it, and also in the utilities of the new park project. We have a pretty large fleet of equipment, but it helps us be able to respond to any emergencies and as we need them. So we have 16 employees, but together they represent 188 years of combined service to the city. So that level of experience and knowledge is invaluable for what we do. I just greatly appreciate them, and I want to thank every one of the employees in that department for what they do day in, at night, all the time. So if y'all got any questions.
David, how long have you been with the city?
26 years in October.
Okay.
Thank you for
My
your service.
longest employee is 32 years.
David, you touched on Bethesda, our acquisition of Bethesda. We felt like when we took that on that they had really done a good job of maintaining.
That was a
their
very well
system.
maintained system.
Okay.
We initially spent quite a bit of time out there not working on anything. They had a map of their system. They did not have GPS coordinates of all their meters, so that was the very first thing we wanted to do, to be able to get all that into our GIS system in case we had to go out at night or emergency for shut off a meter for a customer or whatever. We know exact location of every meter now out there. So.
Gotcha. So we felt that our early assessment that it was well maintained still rings true.
Absolutely.
Good deal.
Yep.
All right. Good.
Okay, any other questions for David? David, thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. You and Clint both. Okay, next on the agenda is Police Chief John Scarborough with a request for funding.
Actually, I had to write this down because I know I'd forget to say something. So, but I'll be quick. I'm speaking to you guys today to request funding for 2 targeted facility upgrades. Both projects are directly tied to meeting the elite standards, ensuring our department maintains the highest level of accountability, integrity, evidence integrity, and operational efficiency. The first one is to secure our ammunition and equipment storage room. Currently, our ammunition, duty, and training ammunition and specialized gear are being stored inside our main evidence room. Under professional accreditation standards, specifically the elite program, mixing active departmental equipment with seized criminal evidence creates a significant compliance risk and compromises the strict isolation required for evidence integrity. We're requesting $4,950 to construct a separate secure storage area dedicated solely to our training, ammunition, duty rounds, and operational gear. Moving these items out of the evidence room satisfies state standards, reduces liability, and streamlines our inventory management for our officers. Second part of this is a specialized firearm storage rack. In addition, we're requesting $8,962 to purchase a specialized long gun rack engineered specifically for law enforcement evidence rooms. Evidentiary firearms come in all sizes, from short-barreled shotguns to long hunting rifles. Our current setup lacks proper organization and creates an unnecessary wear, risk of damage, and inefficiency during audits. A high-density specialized rack accommodates long guns of all dimensions, ensures a strict chain of custody tracking, and closes a key gap identified in our path toward the full state accreditation. Our total funding request for both projects comes at $13,912.95. Achieving and maintaining the elite accreditation isn't just a title, it protects the department from liability, validates our evidence handling in court, and proves to our citizens we operate under the highest professional standards. The total investment of $13,925, or let me say that again, $13,912.95 directly resolves 2 critical audit compliance points. Thank you for your time, your support of our officers and the facility needs.
Okay, and I know we've checked with Ms. Davis. There's a couple funds. We have an alcohol fund, and I think the fund that you were looking at basically was the no insurance fund.
No insurance, yes, sir.
And I think that is built back up. Of course, I think they ended up purchasing, my vehicle when I handed the Ram down to the police department out of that no insurance. And at that time, there was 90. Now it's built back up, and it was 44,000. But now we have actually built it back up to, I think, we have 104,000. Is that right, Ms. Davis?
That's about right. 103, 104.
103 or 104 into that right there. And like I said, that's for you guys to make the decision. I wanted the chief to come by here and to make that request. I know our budget is extremely tight, and we're trying to keep a look. We've had a few hiccups. Through the last, we've had some things to break down here and there, but we're trying to deal with them the best we can, and like I said, we had an extremely tight budget, but I'm going to open it up to the council right now, so if you have any questions or comments.
Are there any restrictions to the no insurance money, any sort of
I don't think there's any, just so it's, spent in the department, of public safety plus police department. I don't think there's any type of restriction. Of course, we're not going to go out and buy anything frivolous by no means. It's all going to have to be, police department related.
with that, I'd like to add that the Chiefs Association is giving us some money for the other part. The only caveat to that, which I guess we just made aware today, was that when we ask for the funds, we've got to send in our application for the accreditation, which we've kind of been waiting till we was in line for that. And we have the application here, Mayor, if you're willing to sign it tonight.
Okay.
We're ready.
So this is to go ahead and apply for the
Yes, sir.
accreditation?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also,
Has to be done in order to get accredited, is that correct?
yeah, that, and we put on them, it would take us some time to get that done before they start audit. They'll start coming in and doing some checks, but they're going to give us some leeway to finish that. Also, if I could also ask, and I didn't say it in my little spiel there, but it's $750 to apply for the accreditation. We have it in our funds. We were prepared for
Yeah.
that, but I'd also like to take that out of this
Yeah.
account as well.
Yeah, I will take a look at it. I probably will not sign it tonight. I always like to have the chief to at least do it.
Yeah.
I mean, not the chief, but
Tim.
Mr. Meitzen to take a look at it first. For him.
So we need a motion to approve the $13,912.95.
Yes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, any further discussion?
Just a point of clarification, were we just doing the funding request, or were we going to add the 750 to that?
I'm fine with adding the 750 to my motion. So whatever that adds up to, I don't have that.
It'd be 14 something, I think.
I wrote it down a while ago. $14,662.95.
There we go.
Read that again.
$14,662.95.
So we've had a motion.
Yeah, have motion
Second.
with that? Yeah.
Fred, re-second.
I'll second it, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I have a motion, the second. If not any further discussion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like that. Okay, thank you, Chief.
Thank y'all.
And that was from that fund, right?
Yes.
The no influence.
Yeah, the no insurance fund, yes. Okay, Crystal had another obligation to come up, so we've moved her to the next council meeting. So let's move on to an ordinance. Next on the agenda is an ordinance authorizing the use of electronic fund transfer and online banking. Would someone like to introduce the ordinance? I will. Okay, is there a motion to read the ordinance by title only?
So moved. Second.
Motion a second. Okay, council, please cast your votes.
Do it again, Fred. There we go.
Okay, Mr. Meitzen?
Yes, sir. An ordinance authorizing the use of electronic funds, transfers, and online banking and for other purposes.
Any discussion? None. Is there a motion to further suspend the rules and waive the second and third readings?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Council, please cast your votes. Is there a motion to adopt the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Please cast your votes. Okay. Mr. Meitzen, would you please read the emergency clause?
Yes, sir. It is further found that the city has had difficulty getting checks delivered to its general contractors as construction is ongoing on the new water plant, and that the failure to timely deliver or timely transfer funds could slow down said project and add to costs of construction. Therefore, an emergency is declared to exist, and this ordinance being necessary for the preservation of the public peace, health, and safety shall take effect from and after its passage and approval.
Okay. Is there a motion to adopt the emergency clause?
So moved.
Second.
Motion to second. Council, please cast your votes. Okay. All right, moving right on to mayor comments. I think our next meeting will be August the 11th. And so one thing that I always say, but we're not going to have a meeting before, I think, Batesville school system starts on August 11th. So make sure all of our citizens that slow down by all of our traffic signals and the speed, and because there's going to be a lot of folks on the road starting on August 11th there. One other thing, I do have from the Perpetual Parks and Recreation. Of course, this seems to be a monthly thing. Of course, we're 10 years. I was informed by Parks Director Larmett that our diving board, it has been replaced, but the platform, Steve, our maintenance guy, has looked at it. Alfredo has looked at it. It's time to replace it. They have gotten 2 estimates only to replace this. And like I said, this would have to be in the form of a motion to use the money. Memphis Pool request, was the lesser of the bid. It was $7,999 plus tax and freight. So I guess I'm putting that in front of the council for permission for them to go ahead and move forward to get the platform replaced. I know it's toward the end of the year, but this is something that it's going to have to be taken care of.
And that's to install as well? Was that to install?
Yes,
Okay.
that was everything, yes.
Will that be done after they close for the summer?
Possibility if it comes in before, they will go ahead and install. You know, they're pushing it. They feel like the safety part is still intact, but they just didn't want to push it, much. They're still utilizing the board, and from past experience from the old Mickey Mouse pool, I know how many times that we replaced the high board brackets and duct tape, and it's a shame we didn't have Gorilla Tape back then. Anyway, but it is something that has to be done. So we did have a motion, we had a second, is that correct?
Had a motion, I'll second.
Okay, had a second? Okay. Not any other comments or questions or concerns? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. All right, let's move to liaison reports. Okay, Ms. Davis, council comments?
Ms. Bennett?
I just have a couple of things, since we're not going to meet before school starts. There's some limbs on Charles Street, right past the intersection of Bayou and Charles, and there's also some limbs on Hill Street that really need to be trimmed before the school buses start going through there, because the school buses will hit them.
Okay, could you do me a big favor? Could you take a picture of that?
Yes.
And send it to me and remind me, and
Yes.
I'll make sure I'll get it to the right folks to get that taken care of.
Who does our trimming?
Who does that? We have different departments that take care of it, everything from Johnny Abbott's crew to any of the parks guys or streets. So we have 2 or 3 different departments that kind of pitch in and help. Johnny Abbott has the bucket truck, so it's usually his group if it needed with a bucket truck. Okay.
Mr. Christopher?
Nothing.
Mr. Fredericks?
None.
Ms. Hinkle? None. Ms. Hubbard? None. Mr. Krug?
None.
Mr. Moody?
None.
Mr. Roberts?
Okay, there being no further business, is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
A motion and second. All in favor for adjournment, signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, I think we are adjourned. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.